Hello students, this is me, Mr. Chance, and in this video we're going to be doing an introduction of nouns. We're going to look at nouns. So let me get my whiteboard up and running. There we go. That was exciting. Adjust the size of it a little bit so that it fits on my screen nicely. Very good, very good. So this is 7.1, by the way. 7.1, and we're doing nouns. And the first thing that we have when we're doing our nouns is there is a bit of vocabulary that goes along with this lesson, unlike some of the other more recent ones. So here we go. Your vocabulary for this lesson, if I can get all of it to fit on the screen at once, that's my goal. I might not be able to do it. We shall see. I had it a moment ago. Oh dear, almost. All right. Oh, excuse me. Oop. Ah, there's the vocabulary. Okay, so, oh, there should be a return there. There we go. So our vocabulary words for this unit are noun. Obviously, if we're talking about nouns, we need to know what a noun is. A noun is a part of speech that names a person, place, thing, or idea. And within this overall category of nouns, we have different characteristics of nouns or different categories of nouns, depending on what we're looking at. So for categories of nouns, we have common nouns and proper nouns. All nouns are either common or proper. Some nouns are collective nouns, and we need to be careful with collective nouns. A collective noun is a noun that names a group of people or things, but it does so even when the noun is singular. Okay? So a herd, for example, a herd of buffalo, is by definition more than one thing, but it's only one herd. Therefore, it's singular. Okay? Some nouns are compound, meaning they're made up of two or more words. And sometimes compound nouns are two words that have been stuck together, like laptop. Or they're two words that just go together, but they're not stuck together, like polar bear. Or they're words that are hyphenated, such as sister-in-law, to use the examples I have here up on the screen. Okay, so all nouns are common or proper. Some of them are collective. Some of them are compound. Also, all nouns are either concrete or abstract. A concrete noun is something that it is a person, place, or thing, not an idea. All ideas are by definition abstract. It's a person, place, or thing that I can see, hear, smell, taste, and or touch, depending on what we're talking about. Okay, and then an abstract noun is something that names an idea or a feeling or a characteristic. You can't really see them or touch them or anything like that. So there we go. And then also, all nouns are either singular or plural. Okay, so all nouns are common or proper, concrete or abstract, singular or plural. So all nouns have those three properties or three categories, right, in some combination. And then some nouns can also be collective and or compound, depending on how things work. Okay, so you need to make sure you get this vocabulary copied into your notes. You need to know these, and I will pause just a moment to let you do that. All right, now that you have those definitions copied into your notes, it's time to look at some examples which will hopefully clarify what it is you're going to be doing with these definitions, right? So you need to be able to show that you understand what these definitions mean in the context of sentences. So I'm going to make all the definitions go away, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some example sentences onto my whiteboard. So here I go. This is going to be so exciting. You know, something to that effect. It might not be that exciting, but it's what I got for you today. I amuse myself. Here we go. Boom. Sentences. No, actually, the first one's not a sentence, right? The first one is something in the way of instructions, all right? So depending on whether you're seventh grade or eighth grade, the worksheet that you're going to start with on this, the instructions are similar in some respects and different in others. But in essence, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be identifying the nouns in the sentences. And then in some cases, you're going to say whether the noun is concrete or abstract, whether the noun is common or proper, okay, whether the noun is singular or plural, and then specifically for the seventh grade at this point in time, you're also going to be looking for collective nouns. Eighth grade, don't panic. Your time with collective nouns is coming. That's in a different lesson. So I didn't want you to be upset by that. So let's look and see how this is going to work. Okay, so here are my sentences. And what I need to do is I need to identify the nouns. I need to identify the people, places, things, and ideas. And to help me do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the nouns. Okay, so 1981 is a noun. No, that seems strange, but it kind of is. It's the object of a preposition. Committee is a noun. Entries is a noun. Competition is a noun. Design in this sentence isn't a noun. It's part of an infinitive, so it's a verb. And Vietnam Veterans Memorial is a noun. All right. So the way this will work, one way to think about this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the nouns and then I'm going to identify their characteristics. So for example, let me switch to a different color because I don't want to be typing in yellow. 1981 is an abstract noun, right? You know, you can't really see it or smell it or anything like that. Okay, so abstract, and it's singular, etc., etc. The next noun that I could look at would be committee. Let me make my text box a little bit bigger. If I wanted to identify two qualities of committee, it would be, for example, common and collective, right? Because a committee is by definition more than one person. Okay. Entries in competition. Entries is common and plural. See, common and plural. Competition is common, singular, and it's concrete because you can see a competition, right? Vietnam Veterans Memorial is proper. It's capitalized. And not that this is on the list of categories that I have up at the top of the screen, but Vietnam Veterans Memorial is also a compound noun because it's one thing that's made up of three words. Isn't that interesting? All right. And that's really what we're doing. Well, what you're doing with these. So let's look at a few more examples of identifying nouns. William H. Johnson, he's a noun. Right, and he's a proper noun, and he was concrete. I'm not sure if he's still alive, but he was concrete when he was alive in any event. South Carolina, proper noun, it's concrete. I mean, I guess you could see all of South Carolina from orbit, right? But if you go there, you can see parts of it. It's a lovely state. I've been there before. Art, concrete, common noun. Cartoons. Cartoons are kind of weird if you think about it, but you got to remember, concrete applies even if I can only see and hear, right? So I can't really touch a cartoon, but I can see and hear it, so it's concrete, and so on. Now, every now and then, things get a little odd. So, for example, Stone Age is a noun, okay? And it's a compound noun because it's made up of two words. And Stone Age is really, and it's kind of an abstract noun because it applies to this huge expanse of time in a variety of different places. And you can't really see the Stone Age or hear it or anything like that. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's a little off. So it's a proper abstract compound noun, as opposed to, say, safety and convenience, which are both nouns, but they're both abstract, right? You can't really see safety, right? You can see when something's safe, but you can't see safety itself, right? And then when we get down here, Stone Age isn't a noun anymore. It's being used as an adjective. So up here it's a noun, down here it's an adjective. Here the noun is hunters, and hunters are concrete, and it's plural, and it's common, and so on. Okay. So when you're working on this, pay careful attention to what qualities of nouns the instructions are asking you to look for, because that's going to be the key, right? Always carefully read the instructions. As always, if you're not sure about something, feel free to ask me, in class or pop by during break time or whatever. That's it for now. Thank you. Bye.